Let's see what's involved with this. We're gonna take this off. It's just Torx or flathead. I've got Torx, so we'll get those. And we're gonna replace it with, garage is a disaster again. We're gonna replace it with this. This is a BillieBars. Let's take it out there and compare it. These are T30s, by the way. And this is what this looks like. So it is pretty stout, 1/8 inch aluminum. And these cup holders are pressed in here. You can see just by laying this down, cup holder is not really in there. You know, just, it's got these tabs that hold it in place. But here's the thing about the cup holders, and this is actually a little annoying about this company, is they only make one style of this aluminum cutout, and you either get the cup holders or you get a blank, a plastic blank. So you might as well get the cup holders. The plastic blank is not even covered with this foam. So there's that. You also, it would be nice if they gave you new stainless steel screws, which I might replace, but at the very least I'm going to grease the backs of them or anti-seize them so I can get them out someday. Because in my experience with this project right here, those are stainless steel, and if you remove this stuff, you want to, actually you really should take all this out, anti-seize it and put it back together if you plan on keeping the truck and you want to take it out someday. You can see this is already rusting, so these are not really the greatest. But anyway, this is what you can expect. It's two-tone. This is actually gray and black. And the cup holder has a little hole in it to drain water. And evidently there is some, because I have the step, there is some motor that needs to be relocated in here. We'll find that when we pull this off. But one of the main reasons why I like this is because this is slippery. When you go from the mat, which is not slippery at all, to this plastic, I have slipped on this a number of times and my foot has caught right here on the Linex. And I never use this tape measure. I do use this for screws and stuff, so the cup holder will come in handy for that. But the tape measure is useless. This is, to me, useless. I mostly just put a chop saw back here or something. And there is the risk that I'm gonna screw this up, because you can see I've scratched this quite a bit right there. But let's get this off and see how easy this is to install. So this looks like the box that I need to move. There's some sand in here that I'm going to blow out. This is obviously open. Rhino coating, or what it's called, Linex, is pretty much everywhere. I guess they taped this off, but they just shot Linex all in there. Some kind of interesting glue pattern in there. Here's the motor for the tailgate, and looks like it's just going to lay right in there. I bet these protrude, these screws, so my bet is these screws are not going to be able to be reinstalled, these three. Let's see. It's not stainless, but it is. Maybe it is stainless. So I wasn't sure if these are stainless, but the way that just stripped out led me to believe that it is stainless, and then off camera I held a magnet to it. It's totally stainless. So that's exciting because I ended up reusing those where that bottle opener is later. Pretty much destroyed that screw, so good thing that this is not going back in the same spot. And I believe what they want you to do is just simply turn this right here, probably. And just zip tie it right here. That's my guess. My feeling is that any kind of zip tie that I put across here is going to make a little bump and potentially, you know, wear against that. So I think what I'm going to do is go from here to here when I zip tie it. Right there. Let's see. All right, because I keep everything, I happen to have a piece of foam double stick tape. And I think what I'm going to do is put that across here because obviously they didn't mount this against something. I don't know. This is just plastic. So I don't think I want to cram this right up against there like that. So what I'm going to do is, let's cut this in half. And let's see, it's going to lay right here. So we'll put one here. And we'll put one here, right on the edge. And then that way it's sitting against this foam, and if this has to cool, who knows? I mean, I don't know. Makes me feel better. I'll spare you the trial and error, and I ended up just getting two very large zip ties and moving this little box all the way over to that beam, and that worked out great. I'll show you here what I did. So you can see those two large zip ties. Once I trim the tag ends, that'll lay flush with the top of the metal area there, the frame, I guess. And I'm off getting another zip tie to go through the screw hole of both the tailgate and the box to hold it just level and nice and keep it from rattling in any way. What I did, can't really see it, but the screw that went into here, the screw hole, on probably this one I think, I went ahead and screwed that in right here, and that just holds it level. So this is solid. It's recessed a little bit. This doesn't interfere. Whatever water would get on it here is going to get on it here. And rather than this plastic pressing right up against the back of that, it now is recessed. So who knows? But the thing I wanted to kind of point out is if you zip tie anywhere over here, you've got aluminum against the metal, and it's going to cause a friction point and potentially break the zip tie over time as you step on it and stuff. So I probably overthought this, but I feel good about this. Of course, this is recessed. I think we're good. So you do actually need to move this completely out of the way. I can't get my fingers under it, but that cup holder, when it's lined up, which is way over here, is right against this, right here. It's pretty darn close. And if you don't get this thing all the way over to this brace, it's not gonna fit. So that first idea wouldn't have worked. And I'm noticing now that there is a screw or two missing. So they don't use this one and this one, right here and here. I can't find my anti-seize. I'm gonna put a little super lube on there. I'm going to make sure that my impact is set on 1 because I have stripped these things. So what I'm noticing is that these don't want to line up. So right there, you see that little seam? Means that this is potentially not stuck on there exactly right. You know, all these had to line up. That little straight line is now straight across the whole thing. And added bonus, maybe that one. This one's nice, stripped, nice. Nice. We are going to paint each one of these. Well, there you have it. That looks damn good. I think that is stainless, so that shouldn't rust. I've painted each one of these so they won't rust. I did that because when you hit them with the impact, you transfer steel and you kind of scratch the coating, and if that keeps them from rusting, they won't be shiny when they're dry. That's flat black paint, so you won't even see it. Got the cup holders going on. Yeah, that one wasn't quite in there all the way. Yeah, now they're in there. You do get a little bit of a deformity where the prong is on the aluminum to hold them in place, evidently, right there. And right there. So you actually can see it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So could they design that better? Absolutely. Could they offer one that doesn't have a cup holder? Absolutely. Anyway, I expect this to get screwed up. You know, this is where I put the paint can down. My experience with this stuff on boats is that it's pretty resilient. But if I drag a concrete block across it, it's definitely going to screw it up. I've got a couple chips in my Line-X, and I should probably go get the paintbrush and touch that up. A little bit of paint probably would fix that. But overall, I am very pleased. And with the silver truck and the gray foam, I think it looks fantastic. All right, project done, pretty easy. And we have one design flaw. BillieBars. Really? So fortunately it does hit enough of the edge, but the problem is if I put a board on here, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I would say it is, well, you can see it right there. It is 1/4 of the foot is now sitting in the cup holder. If they just moved this cup holder, or they didn't offer the cup holder, I think it's going to be fine because there's really not that much on there. But if you have the Ford branded tailgate extender, be advised. Oh, look at this wonderful thing that's happening. It's lifting the cup holder. And I use this every day. You know, I've constantly got this thing extended. So it does jack the cup holder up. That is very annoying. I still like it, and I don't really have a solution, but that is a problem. So one more thing that I noticed, actually my wife noticed, that I cannot unsee now that I have seen it. Oh, come on. Why this doesn't work every time I do it is a mystery. Anyway. That's a different freaking color. So you can clearly see this is gray, this and this is black. And I'm hoping, first off, my communication with these guys has been amazing. The first one I ordered was bent by FedEx. They sent me a brand new one, and the guy who was helping me recognized that I ordered the wrong tailgate. So you have to specify that this is a Workbench tailgate. If you have the Workbench tailgate, it's the insert like this. If you do not have the Workbench tailgate, it goes all the way to the edge and covers the whole thing. So I learned that, but hopefully, my bet is this will peel up and I'll probably have to clean it, but my bet is they'll just send me another pad. That would be the easiest way to do this. Maybe they'll send me 3 pads so that it matches guaranteed, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, I'll do an update on this, so please subscribe if you want to know how the tailgate saga turns out, but I couldn't recommend them more. I think it's a really cool product. I would change a few things. Like I said, I'd change the cup holder. All I would do is move it out to here. There's plenty of room in there, and that would give the foot a full, the foot would sit on the pad. I would definitely change that. And that's really it. So, thanks for watching. See you next time.